Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. I'm Christine Ramondetta, and I am so pleased to read my book, The Marvelous Mr. Moon, to all of you. Before I begin, I'd like to give you some information about myself and what inspired me to write this story. I am a quilter, an art quilter, and a fiber artist, as well as a writer. The moon and the night sky appear in my artwork and writing alike. The Marvelous Mr. Moon story comes from my imagination, and it's about the deep magic of a child's dream, enchanted butterflies, the moon, and the night sky. The inspiration for the story began with a phone call from a friend informing me that her daughter was expecting a baby. I was thrilled and inspired to make a butterfly quilt for the little girl. Then I started asking questions about how the child's room would be decorated and was told that they wanted a room to look like the sky, and they were painting clouds on the walls. This was all I needed for my imagination to take hold, and the spark and sparkle of the Marvelous Mr. Moon story began. I hope the story sparks your imagination and your curiosity to learn more about the skies. I'm going to begin this beautifully illustrated story, illustrated by Allison Kane, and I need you to be quiet and dream along with the child in this book. Before the story begins, I have a wonderful quote from a very famous artist who painted the stars. His name is Vincent van Gogh, and this is what he has to say. For my part, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream. They make me dream too. I hope they make you dream as well. I also have a note in the book I'd like to read to you as well, and it's a wish I have. It is my wish for all of you who read The Marvelous Mr. Moon to be transported to a beautiful and safe place at day's end. And like the children who took the neighborhood trolley to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, may the enchanted butterflies carry you all, safely held into the deep magic of your dreams, to the moon and the wonders of the night sky. There once was a little girl who began to yawn and rub her tiny fists in her eyes. So sleepy, so tired was this little girl that her huge eyes began to close, and in no time she was asleep and entering the enchanted world of her dreams. Her room was painted with puffy clouds that seemed to float all around her. Every night when the moon began its gentle journey across the sky just outside her bedroom window, the stars would magically begin to prick their way through the darkening blanket that would quietly replace the painted cloudy sky that surrounded her. While this beautiful little girl slept so sweetly, enchanted butterflies would come to her and close their wings around her. The enchanted butterflies kept her safe and warm, enclosed in their gentle wings, as the moon outside her bedroom window shined his light on her sleeping face. She dreamed of the moon outside her bedroom window and noticed that he seemed to have a face. "I'll give you a name," she called to the shining moon. "I'll call you the Marvelous Mr. Moon." And from that day forward, that is what she called him. Soon, the marvelous Mr. Moon called to her, "Come visit me and keep me company." Each night, the marvelous Mr. Moon would slowly and silently, in all his magnificence, glide across the vast and dreamy night sky. It seemed that at night, as if by magic, the stars that slowly pierced the darkening blanket far away in the sky not only twinkled, but sparkled as well, just for the little girl who slept so sweetly. As the little girl slept, the sparkling stars evoked a magical power over her and ignited the magic of her own dreams. While she slept on and on during the night, she dreamed of enchanted butterflies that carried her to visit the marvelous Mr. Moon, who shined bright with glowing light outside her bedroom window in the night. He told her stories about the sky and showed her mysterious colored lights that played and danced in the northern sky. All the while, as she dreamed on and on, the butterflies gently flew her to the place where the mysterious colored lights played and danced, and she and the enchanted butterflies played and danced amongst the beautiful colors of the brilliant lights as the marvelous Mr. Moon looked on, clapping his hands and tapping his toes. When the dreaming little girl and the enchanted butterflies returned to the marvelous Mr. Moon, after playing and dancing with the brilliant and mysterious colored lights, he told her that the dancing colors were called the Northern Lights. Then he showed her how the stars make pictures in the sky called constellations, and told her the constellations are full of wonderful stories of their own. Far in the distance, the marvelous Mr. Moon and the enchanted butterflies noticed faint streaks of red, orange, and pinks appearing in the night sky. The marvelous Mr. Moon told her, "Morning is on its way. I must say goodbye for now and send you home with the enchanted butterflies." He thanked the enchanted butterflies for carrying her such a long way to visit him. "Come back and visit me again," he said to the little girl in her dreams. "I will light your way home," he told the enchanted butterflies. Keeping her nestled in their wings, the enchanted butterflies flew the still sleeping, dreaming little girl quickly to the moonlit path, which shined as bright as any of the sparkling stars in the sky. They quickly flew, following the moonlit path, back to her home. The enchanted butterflies flew through the bedroom window, still following the sparkling moonlit path, into her room with the painted puffy clouds. Here she slept soundly, cradled so sweetly in the wings of the butterflies. As the sun began to peek in on her, morning dawned and the marvelous Mr. Moon traveled on. Good night, sleepyhead. Sweet dreams. Now, I'm not going to leave you wondering about the constellations illustrated in this book. And I want you to know that there are 88 officially recognized constellations. The names of the constellations illustrated in this book are noted below: Orion, Little Dipper, Cassiopeia, and Big Dipper. Thank you so much for being quiet and being good listeners. I am wondering if any of you dream that you can fly all by yourself with your arms outstretched by your sides or in front of you or close to you. Are you carried off in a rocket ship or on the back of a bird? Get sprinkled with pixie dust? Or maybe you captain a pirate ship and soar through a sea of stars. Wherever you go in your dreams, the possibilities are as endless as your imagination. And did you know that there is a king and a queen in the sky? How about a crab or a dolphin, a swan, a crown and a dragon? There are lots of stories to be told. Every culture has their stories, legends, and myths about the night sky. The Marvelous Mr. Moon is more than a bedtime story. I hope that it piques your curiosity about the night sky, butterflies, and space. If you'd like to read my book, you can check it out at your local Charlotte County Library, and it's available also at your local bookstore and online. My new book, There's Magic in the Moonlight, will be available sometime next year. It is a sequel to The Marvelous Mr. Moon. It is written for older children in an effort to inspire their hopes and dreams and encourage them to find their purpose, and in doing so, bravely reach for the stars with focus and determination. As I leave you today, I invite you to look up at the night sky with wonder and dream. Thanks for listening.